Watcher in the Woods is an ambitious new movie from the Walt Disney Organization. It's a horror film. It deals with the supernatural, with people possessed by voices, with ghost images and mirrors, with weird ray beams of blue light that come zapping out of the forest and blind and kill people. Well, that's some of the stuff it deals with. What it's about, I don't know. Former ice skating champion Lynn Holly Johnson is the movie's star. She and her family move into an old mansion owned by Betty Davis, and it turns out that Davis's teenage daughter was apparently mysteriously killed in a nearby forest chapel over 30 years ago. But did she really die? Well, maybe not. Her spirit seems to be trying to communicate to people in the movie, and in this scene, Lynn Holly Johnson goes to a carnival funhouse and sees the image of the mysterious daughter.
What took you so long?
Mike, I saw her again.
What are you talking about?
In the mirrors. She was reaching out, begging me, pleading with me to help her. She's trapped somewhere, Mike, and needs my help.
Oh, come on, Jan.
What do you think, I'm going crazy? I'm having hallucinations or something?
Why don't you just drop it? We came to the fair to have some fun.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling your fun. But this isn't any fun for me, or for Karen Aylwood, or for a little girl who hears things. It scares Ellie a little, and it scares me a lot.
That girl she saw in the mirror is the image of Betty Davis's daughter, Karen, and Karen, or her spirit, starts sending cryptic messages to Lynn Holly Johnson and her little sister. The plot thickens when Johnson's little sister names her pet puppy Narek, which is, of course, Karen spelled backwards.
Thanks.
Later, another mirror image. Later in the film, Johnson gets zapped by one of those blue rays, and she falls into a pond and nearly drowns. Betty Davis hauls her out and takes her back to her house.
Dry your hair, or you'll take a chill.
Mrs. Aylwood, I don't know how to thank you for saving me.
What kind of name is that? Narek.
Ellie just made that up. It's the name Karen spelled backwards. What is it? What's wrong?
That was my daughter's name. Karen.
Mrs. Thayer told us you'd lost your daughter. Sorry.
Drink this.
Mrs. Aylwood,
Yes.
is anything wrong with Karen's eyes?
Why'd you ask?
The night she disappeared. Was she blindfolded?
How'd you know about the blindfold?
You asked me once if I sense things. Well, I have. And Ellie's been hearing things. It's like someone is watching us. And the day we moved in, I saw something.
What?
An image in a mirror. A girl about my age. With long blonde hair. And she was blindfolded.
You saw her? You saw my Karen?
I'm not sure.
It's always nice to see the great Betty Davis in a movie. This is her 50th year as an actress, but this is not one of her better movies. The Watcher in the Woods is one of those movies that sounds a lot more interesting than it really is. The Betty Davis character, for example, starts out okay. She's a vindictive, mean old lady at the beginning of the movie, and that's fun. But then she gets a lot less fascinating after she softens up and becomes merely a tragic old lady. Lynn Holly Johnson brings a lot of energy to a role that only requires her to walk around with wide eyes and get scared a lot. But The Watcher in the Woods is confusing and disorganized, and frankly, speaking only for myself, I didn't understand the ending of this movie. Can you tell me, you walked out of the film, it's all over, where did those blue rays come from that came zapping out of the forest and blinded people and made them fall off the bridges? And what was the explanation for that or anything else in this movie?
All right. I think I know where the blue rays were coming from. I think they're coming from another planet,
Oh,
believe
really?
it or not. Okay. But I bought that. What I couldn't figure out was that little sister, she, I think, is supposed to be from another planet, yet she sticks around. Now, I don't get that, and I must say, I think I had the same frustration you had in this picture. I'm 35 years old. I can't figure out what's going on. How is a 9-year-old?
How is a 9 or a 12-year-old going to? And as far as all during the film, it seemed as if the missing girl, I don't want to give away too much, was in another dimension of time.
Yes, exactly.
Then she went to another planet or something. I don't know. Now, the end credits of the movie say, ending directed by so-and-so, which means it was directed by a different person than whoever directed the rest of the movie. Maybe they tried to patch it up and still didn't succeed.
Yeah, I think that basically you want, when you build up suspense, you do want a payoff, especially a young audience wants a payoff. And this film leaves people totally mystified, except that it's more violent than most Disney pictures. I think Disney's trying to get current and with it, and they throw in a lot of extra violence that's needless.
Maybe they should just remember their gift of being able to end a movie well, which they used to be able to do.
Okay.
That included The Watcher in the Woods, starring Lynn Holly Johnson on the trail of Betty Davis's missing daughter. The plot didn't make sense. The suspense was missing. 2 no votes.